Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tanev here. Welcome to episode number 3 of this NHL 22 Draft to Glory franchise mode with the Newfoundland Growlers. If you guys have missed any episodes up to this point, head up into that top corner, and if you do enjoy this one, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit notifications to never miss when these uploads come out. So, today we get into the 2023 offseason, we get to the draft, we get to see if we potentially manage to win Connor Bedard or Matvei Michkov. Obviously, two franchise talents. Unfortunately, I was incorrect with Adam Fantilli being a high elite. He is just a medium elite, but that's okay because he still put up 84 points in junior this past season, which is pretty impressive. So, with all of that in mind, let's get to this draft lottery. Hopefully, we can land. I mean, obviously, we're going to land a top 3 pick, but I'm hoping it's 1 or 2. So, let's continue simming here. And I mean, I think there's going to be like salary cap maybe. No, Detroit moves from 4 to 1. Technically, we still win a pick. But man, that hurts. Like, that really hurts when Detroit is going to get Connor Bedard. Michkov's going to the Rangers. So that means we're going to have the number 3 pick, which probably should be Denisov. But he doesn't really fit our system fit too well. So I'm thinking maybe Fantilli instead, especially since he is such a big body. So, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I was really hoping we'd land one of those franchise talents. So, it is what it is, but we do have some other players in here pinned, and hopefully, we will be able to land most of these guys. I mean, Tersambayev looks fantastic, and we should be able to land him. Apart from that, let's just, look at some of the retired players here, see who calls it quits. Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, go figure. Some really good players here. And any good goalies? Mike Smith calls it a career. He was still 84 rated. Wow, that's unfortunate for Phoenix, or for Arizona. All right, guys, so I think we are pretty much ready to get into the draft here. There's not too much else we really need to do with this team. We do have some players developing quite nicely. Connor Geekie somehow developed into a high elite player already. Don't ask me how that's happened, but we'll take it. Apart from that, Edwards looks good. Pitkanen had a great year of growth. Same with Bush, however you say his name. Look at his stats, too. Like, he... interesting census category for a two-way defender, but you know what? We'll take it. And apart from that, not too many other really, like, star-studded kind of draft picks yet, but we're working our way there. Actually, there was one other. Sorry, Vorobyev up to a 60. I think I showed you guys that last episode. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get into this draft. I mean, hopefully we see an upset of a pick here and the Rangers somehow don't pick Michkov second overall, but that's very... Oh my god, don't tell me. No. Please. Please, 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 please. Don't pick Bedard. Fuck. Man, Detroit takes Michkov first overall. That is, what? Bedard doesn't go first. You're kidding me, right? Oh my god, what just happened? I was so hoping that we would somehow manage to land Connor Bedard third overall. That would have just absolutely made my day. But regardless, we're still going to go with what, in my opinion, is going to be the next best player in the draft, in Adam Fantilli. Again, he has the same kind of scheme fit as what's his name, as Connor Geekie. So we're going to take Fantilli. He's also huge, 6'4", 199 pounds. So another big center is really going to add to this lineup. Again, another third overall pick. He's a good shooter, good puck skills, below average skating at the moment, but we'll develop him. And no, I'm still happy with that. But man, Connor Bedard, like stealing Bedard would have been insane. So let's see who goes after. Okay, Denisov would have been a better pick, I guess. But again, scheme fit. We are working with scheme fit here too. And okay, not a bad top 5. Could be better, but it's pretty decent still. All right, so simming ahead now to pick number 34, which is going to be the first pick of the next round. Let's just take a quick peek at who else got drafted here in the first round. Obviously, it was a pretty strong lottery here. Riley Height goes 6th to Winnipeg. Mestre, Ron Mestre, yeah, looks just amazing as well. Same with Lindstein. Any other real steals in here? Oh, Myers. Yeah, Cade Myers, 18th overall to Seattle is a great pick. Korolev's good. Valley's good. My goodness, yeah, this is a Oh my God, Stromberg. Look at this defenseman here too. Frederick Stromberg looks amazing for Boston. So, and even Hirama, however you say his name, looks great. So, after that, I mean, we could go with McGillney, but he's a 2-year ETA versus Tursunbayev is guaranteed NHL ready and he plays the same scheme fit that we're looking for. So we're gonna take Yuri Tursunbayev, second round, first pick, and he's 76 overall. My goodness, and oh my God, he's a 6'3" offensive defenseman. Okay, so keep an eye on Yuri Tursunbayev as far as development goes. He will be playing in our AHL team this upcoming season, and he's a good skater, good passer, good shooter, good senses, like everything. He is an all-round offensive defenseman. That is a great pick there. Holy. All right, so that's pretty much a first-round selection at the start of the second round. You got to love that. Apart from that, it looks like we definitely made the right pick so far. I mean, Gruel was decent, but really not a lot here. Oh, Malikov gets picked. Okay, he went way higher than I was expecting. I was going to draft Malikov. That kind of sucks. Okay, so instead of Malikov, who are we taking here? I want a goalie here. Maybe Piespanen? I don't know if he's going to be a high elite. I was pretty certain that Malikov was going to be a high elite, but we're not going to get a shot at him now, so I guess we're going to Tiro Piespanen. All right, so Piespanen, not exactly the goalie that we were planning on taking, but okay, he's still a high starter, and he's actually higher rated than Malikov. I know he's not a high elite, as Boston snags another player. I mean, they got Stromberg too, didn't they? Did the Bruins get Stromberg? Yeah, they did. Oh, Boston, this is a draft for them too, hey? But no, we'll take Piespanen. He's still a high starter, still really decent, and he's actually higher rated at the same age, so can't really complain about that, but that's okay. So we'll simulate up to pick 100 now, and let's see, Shore was a medium starter. Hyvanen was definitely not the right pick, so we landed Piespanen definitely in the right spot. Nicolishin, not a bad pick either. Ackerman, another elite goalie, my goodness. Talk about some quality here. All right, so next up, we're going for what I believe is going to be an absolute steal of a pick here. We're at pick 100, and the guy I've got lined up is the gem, Vitaly Morozov. Again, massive defenseman, 2-year ETA, very close to the system fit that we're trying to build here. And I know he's another Russian. We have been drafting a lot of Russians, but Morozov is a low elite, and he's 69 rated. Let's go. Oh my goodness. That is a steal. Absolutely. Like, he very much reminds me of, what's his name that we just took? Jyrki Pitkanen. Because Pitkanen was a 70 overall, and we took him in the 5th round. I mean, a 69 overall and Morozov in the 4th round is still an absolute steal. So, we're landing some great picks here. Vitaly Morozov looks like a gem. So, we will keep an eye on him. He's going to get NHL or AHL playtime. I mean, hey, Fabian Gruel is actually a pretty decent defenseman too, but cannot complain about that. My goodness, talk about some, oh my goodness, Grigorenko as well. There are some serious talents in this draft. McGillney as well. All right, so we're down to our final 3 picks here of this draft to start off this episode. I could go with Lynch, but I've got another guy that I'm kind of more set on here in Markstrom. Again, I think he's going to be decent, even though he has a 5-year ETA. I'm hoping he's low elite. And, okay, he's a low 6, so not exactly what I was hoping for, but still not bad. Some potential there for a 5th rounder, and hopefully we'll see him develop. So, after that, I've got 2 more players pinned here, Lou Black and Jared Bass. Black, I believe, is going to be, I don't know for sure if he's going to be a low elite, but if he has unstoppable force like it says, then there's a very good chance that he could be elite. Apart from that, I think this draft, from what I've seen in the scouting so far, I'm pretty sure this draft is going to taper off a bit more as far as the last couple rounds go here. There's the occasional medium starter, but we already drafted a decent goalie in Piespanen, and I'm going to go with Lou Black here. So he is low 6 power forward. He's only 6 feet tall, which is a little undersized in my opinion for a power forward, and he doesn't have X factors, but that's okay. He might still develop. But not a bad pick there in Lou Black. And then for our final pick, I'm going to go with Jared Bass. Could go with Jerry Hughes, but I'm kind of feeling a defenseman here instead. And again, I would love to land some late round low elites here, wherever Bass is, and I think he could be a low elite, and again, close to the system fit we're playing. Okay, and he's low 4, so he is 19 as well and undersized, but we'll see. Jared Bass, he still put up 20 points in the U.S. League this year, so that's not terrible, but we'll let him develop more. But that's it for this draft. I really don't think that 7th round had too much talent, so still a really good draft. Our first 4 picks all have NHL potential, and then our 5th, 6th, and 7th rounders in Markstrom, Black, and Bass, you never know. They can surprise you every now and then. Even though, like Tugi says and everybody else that plays this game says, low top 6 or top 4 potential is the worst in the game. It probably is, as far as you're like, oh, this guy could develop, and then he never does. But still, we get 3 amazing players, 2 really good Russian defensemen to add to our defensive core that's already looking extremely strong, but not a bad draft. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys the progress reports here still, because there are players, like, yes, Pitkanen and Nicholson have developed, but, like, look at Morozov. He shot way up from where he was supposed to be. Same with Blacker. Same with Bass. Same with Black. Like, those guys are... There's a lot of guys in here that have grown significantly just to get drafted. So I'm excited. I think this team is in a really good spot, and we're just going to keep developing them here. So let's get to the offseason, get to the re-sign phase quickly. We've got all of our NHL coaches that need re-signing. I think as of right now, it makes sense to bring Dwyer back, but to be honest, he will probably be getting the boot once we actually start developing this team a bit more as far as building around the system I want. So, it's not always going to be a fantastic, easygoing kind of ride here with the coaches. They are going to require some attention. Oh, let's not fire Barkov. And then as far as my scouts go, yeah, we do have some scouts expiring. So usually the first year or 2 is decent, and then you got to get into all the re-signing of all your scouts. So yeah, look at how many are expiring here. This is just insane. But these are also the reason we're getting steals like Morozov and Pitkanen and even Tersumbayev. Like, the scouts are doing their job, and it is really helping in developing our core kind of side of the team. So we got Lizotte, McNiven, and a couple other players expiring here. Oh my god, we got a lot of players expiring. So I'm definitely going to want to re-sign most of these guys. Nicholson, I'm excited for. Again, hold line cycle is the exact system fit that we want to play. Chris Tanev, I'm going to sign him for 2 years and offer him $5 million. So that should be enough. Frank Vatrano, I think we're going to offer him like $7 or $8 million just because he is one of our best players, but he doesn't want to re-sign with us. So that is an issue. $5 million for Trevor Moore should be all right. Kahun, Kajula, those guys are re-signed, so that's good. Brendan Dillon, again, probably worth about $3 million. Tyler Bozak shouldn't be too expensive either, but again, we're just paying to keep guys around and fill roster spots at this current moment in time. Zaitsev, is he really worth $4 million for the next 3 years? Probably not, but that's okay. Rodriguez, same kind of thing, 2 years, $3 million. All right. I do think Jyrki Pitkanen is going to get a shot this year at the NHL. I think he deserves it, especially after the sheer amount of growth he was just able to put up this past season. Apart from that, McEwen should get a contract. Aston Reese might be too expensive. Maybe not. We offered him like 2.25. He should re-sign. If guys like Carpenter don't want to re-sign, that's not the end of the world. We have enough roster spots at this current moment in time. But it's also not going to hurt to clear out a couple roster spots here and there. So Sturm, Ryan, these guys all should be getting like the max 2-way contracts. Even Lyabushkin. I've heard people say Libyushkin, which is, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. Glendenning's gone as well. I think it is probably worth it to just let him walk. Adam Fantilli, I think I do want to play him in the NHL, play him like some bottom line minutes kind of thing. And yeah, we're not going to get rookies of the year from this, like from playing guys in this style of like toss them to the wolves right away. But at the same time, you saw what it just did to help out a guy like Conor Geekie develop his potential. So with that in mind, I mean, Yuri Tursunbayev, C9 and 1T, so exciting as a defenseman. I'm really looking forward to him. And Morozov absolutely needs a signing too, because otherwise he's not going to develop properly. And then Black and Bass, I think I'm going to hold off on. Same with Markstrom for now. All our goalies do seem to want contracts though, so that's good. And let's hold out on Phoenix Copley for now. I'm going to release McNiven, and then I think I'm going to sign what's his name, Vorobyov here, because I think Yuri Vorobyov is ready to play backup minutes here in the AHL. So let's just see who actually signs and who doesn't. So we get Dwyer, we do get Poulin, okay, we get McGillrath, and we do get Marsh. Okay, so these guys are all just looking for jobs, so that's good. We re-sign our entire coaching staff for now, even though, yes, the team is finishing dead last. That's where we want to finish right now. So Vinny Lettiera signs Dylan, Tanev, Ryan, Achari, Vatrano, Lazat, Moore, Sturm, Georgiev, Zaitsev, McEwen, Lebushkin, Rodriguez, Aston Reese, Bozak, Kampf, Militic, Luff, Gambardella, Tursunbayev, Fantilli. Morozov doesn't sign. Okay, didn't have enough room on the roster. Okay, so I guess we do have to release some of these guys. So Ryan Carpenter, he can go. Same with Luke Glendening. Again, we don't need to pay those guys. Even Nemec as well. Just get him out of here. But yeah, we will sign Morozov. He should be decent. And I guess that leaves us with about 20 million here. But I want to double check here, because if I am correct, this is the year where we have like crazy pending free agents as far as undrafted free agents go. But I might be wrong. I think I am wrong, unfortunately, but every now and then there's always one or two really good undrafted free agents that we can pick up. And all right, not looking too good, actually. Never mind. So yeah, unfortunately, I do think I am wrong. So we will offer Phoenix Copley the massive goalie contract here just to fill out some of this roster space. $18 million for the next year should be fine. Again, we're still waiting on more players to develop and things like such. So, all right, Copley agrees, Morozov agrees. Looks good to me. Let's get to this as far as simulating into the next season, turning guys like Geekie, Pitkanen, Fantilli, and so on into some guaranteed NHL talents here. So, all right, sim to free agency. No need to hesitate any longer. We should get all our scouts back. I don't see why we wouldn't. And looks good to me. All right, trade block coming up here. We don't need to trade any of these guys because, again, we just don't really have room for them to play. So, all right, Tursunbayev is right up there in value, which I find funny because he's not actually as good as a guy like Pitkanen or other players like that yet, overall-wise, but could really develop into a good defenseman here. So, all right. Just trying to find some undrafted free agents to fill in this last 7 million or so. Again, we only have like 1 or 2 roster spots, so we are going to have to cash out some decent contracts here if we are going to do so. And that's Tyler Myers. Okay, that doesn't quite work. There's a guy we could sign. Okay, so we'll sign Drew O'Connor. Actually, hold on. Is he an RFA? No, he's not. Okay, so we'll sign Drew O'Connor to a 1-year, like, $6 million signing. Just, again, to fill cap space more than anything. And hopefully he can actually perform decently well. So, again, it's not like we really need to spend this money, but we'll spend it just to get a decent younger player in here. And apart from that, we'll head to the next season. All right, guys, so before I actually show you our team and our lineup. I mean, you can see Nicholson is looking fantastic, but before we really do anything with this lineup, I am going to just make a couple quick changes. First off, Derek Ryan's going to head down, and we are going to bring Adam Fantilli up. So we'll do that move along with we'll bring Phoenix Copley up, and we will send Pavel Francouz down. So those will be the moves, and that will kind of adjust the lineup a bit. And one more move I totally forgot to pull here was bringing Dylan Coghlan back up to the NHL. So yeah, this is how the lines are looking at the current moment. I might change some things here, not too much, but some things. And I'm thinking, we go Pitkanen on this side, even though he is a playmaker. Maybe not. Maybe we go like that. Okay, so Pitkanen's going to need some X factors here, and I'm thinking it's going to be tape to tape to start off. He's got 97 passing, so I think that is his best attribute. Next would be puck on a string for him, probably. Apart from him, Kahun needs some as well. And with Dominik Kahun, 91 deking. Okay, so maybe ankle breaker. That'll be his X factor to start off. Again, 83 rated players do get 2. So maybe we go with ankle breaker. And bounce back. He's got 90 durability. So yeah, ankle breaker and bounce back for him. Trevor Moore should probably also get... Oh, actually, he could get Heat Seeker. 91 shot power on slap shots and wrist shots. As far as Frank Vatrano goes, he's a very well-rounded player. Looks like 88 shot power, slap shot power is probably his highest stat as well, but his defense is also good enough. You could almost give him quick pick or something like that, or physicality, like aggressiveness, strength, body checking, all in the 87s. Maybe we give him truculence. That could be a good one. And then Drake Caggiula probably needs puck on a string. Okay, so we'll go and add those X factors. And apart from that, I think Chris Tanev should probably get like truculence and shutdown as 2 X factors, just because, again, you know, he's looking pretty good as a player, 83 overall, and this will help with the chemistry a bit. So starting off with Tanev, we'll add those 2 so yeah, add truculence and shutdown. I think he deserves those. Vatrano's going to get a quick pick, as well as probably we'll give Vatrano quick pick and truculence. Again, just good hitters. These guys are very physical. Dominik Kahun is puck on a string and bounce back. Yeah. Or sorry, not puck on a string, ankle breaker. And yeah, ankle breaker and bounce back. He deserves those. Apart from that, Pitkanen will get tape to tape. Again, simply because he just passes so freaking well. And that is Jiricek Pitkanen. I didn't really show you guys Pitkanen yet, but that's how he looks. I'm really excited for him. I think he's going to be great. And I think tape to tape will become his superstar ability if he ever, or it'll become his zone ability if he ever actually hits 90 overall, which could be possible with where he's sitting right now. Trevor Moore, I'm going to give him puck on a string for his 1 X factor here. So again, this will really help out with the lineup chemistry. You guys will see it boost up pretty decently. Drake Caggiula, ankle breaker, and what else am I going to do? He's got decent strength, so maybe, yeah, we go puck on a string and, like, back at ya. Yeah, okay, that should be good. Okay. So that's pretty much all we're going to add for X factors to this team for now, because again, you got to be 81 rated or higher to have them unless you're drafted with them like Fantilli and a couple of our other guys are. But I'm also not set on giving Nicholson captain just yet, even though he probably does deserve it. But we'll see. If Nicholson can put up a really big year, then he will get the C. If he can't, and some guys like Geekie or Pitkanen or Fantilli or other guys that are young enough but good enough really start putting up numbers, then maybe. So we'll see. As far as this draft class goes this year, we are looking at Berkly, Catton, Aaron Kiviaru, Johan Martinson is a huge player there, but Kiviaru is an elite offensive or a franchise offensive defenseman. But don't get me wrong, guys down here like Jekko and Hemming and even Yzerman and Young, they're going to be good players too. So we'll see what happens, but I'll get to scouting here, and then we will get into a season sim and hopefully see some pretty decent players here in this upcoming draft. And this season, we are looking at 85 offense, 84 defense, and 82 goaltending for this team. So pretty standard for what we've been looking at so far. All right, so we're jumping into the season sim. I'll be back with you guys when we're done it and just go over the team's record again because, again, it's not worth highlighting when the team's this bad. Okay, so yet again, the Growlers finished with a 25, 49, and 8 record, 1 point better than the last 2 seasons. But, Jyrki Pitkanen, giving us something to look forward to here in the future. 66 points for the rookie. That is a fantastic year from a youngster there, 20 years old. Trevor Moore also puts up 66 points. Kahun with 54. Conor Geekie with 53. Not a bad year. Adam Fantilli, 40 points as well as a rookie. So nothing to complain about here. Nicholson puts up 40 as well. My goodness, talk about a serious improvement throughout the year. It obviously helps that he wasn't injured so much this year, and I think we will be giving Nicholson captain. Just based on the fact that he has continued to improve and is really helping this team, 5-on-5 and such. But, not a bad year, apart from the fact that the team finishes dead last again, but that's exactly where we wanted to finish. There is a fantastic defenseman in Aaron Kiviaru coming up, and I think he would pair extremely well with some of the defensemen we have picked up so far. Even if we don't win the draft lottery, which is probably going to be the case, we still have a pretty solid team here, and lots of good players to potentially pick from in the upcoming draft. So I will show you guys the draft and what we're looking at. Obviously, we aren't really in the market for centers at this point. I would say that either Jekko or Hemming would be a great pickup. Same with Renus. But again, we don't really necessarily need a playmaker. Power forwards and snipers are likely going to be the case for what we're trying to obtain here over the next draft or so. And apart from that, there are some other players in here that I think we are going to be able to steal, such as guys like Delmore, who is showing to be elite. Same with Shirikov, Fleischmann even too. I've got some guys pinned here that could be really good pickups, even Shattenkirk as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This Borowski guy looks great as far as he's got X factors like crazy, so I think he is going to be a sniper, just based on the fact that, he's got an A- shooting category. He's actually a pretty decent scheme fit compared to what we're going to try to play. And yeah, that's kind of what the draft is looking like, but let's continue on here. See who finishes up at the top of the league. I mean, obviously, you guys kind of got a sneak peek of it. Detroit with Connor Bedard, again, not really surprising. Did they even have Bedard? Or sorry, they didn't have Bedard. They had Michkov. Michkov must have just gone off this year. I mean, Niederbach, Wenberg, interesting looking team. Oh, they got Huberdeau. That's what it is. Yep. Jonathan Huberdeau would really have that effect on a team, wouldn't he? So, Detroit likely going to be the President's winners here. I don't think anyone was really that close, and the top 16 all finish where they're supposed to as far as in playoff spots. So, Pitkanen, Moore, those guys are kind of our top scorers this year. 17 out of 66 for Georgiev. Ouch. Your best goalie in the league this year is Carter Hart. he's looking nice. Same with Mackenzie Blackwood, though. Those guys are all performing extremely well. Who's Detroit's goalie? Sorokin. That makes sense. Okay, so as far as defensive scoring goes, Dougie Hamilton at 30 years old still puts up 70 points. Quinn Hughes having a great year. Same with Fox and Burns. Oh my goodness, Brett Burns at 39. That's a year from anybody. That's crazy. So lots of guys probably underperforming considering we're on like high scoring. Matthew Savoie, ooh, New Jersey, you lucky team. I wish we had Savoie, but look, they sent him back to Winnipeg, where he didn't really do all that much, but he comes into the league as just an insanely good player. I mean, Logan Cooley was a top 5 pick as well, right? So you gotta respect that. My goodness. But yeah, Jyrki Pitkanen finishes, considering he was drafted in the same year as all these other guys, finishes in a very nice spot. Connor Bedard obviously looks amazing. Matvei Michkov only puts up 47 points in his rookie year, though. So, yeah, interesting stuff here going on with the rookies, especially with Pitkanen, and just the fact that he was able to put up such an incredible season. For the entire league, Alexander Ovechkin at 38 years old is your league leading scorer. That is insane. I'm pretty sure we do have this on high scoring as well, so I don't know how a guy like John Beecher is putting up so many points. But yeah, that's, Matthew Savoie had a lights out year as a rookie. That was amazing. All right, guys, so one story I do kind of want to pay attention to here is the fact that Halifax Huskies actually finished with the 3rd best record in the entire AHL this season, which is really amazing. And I'm hoping they can actually get it done here as far as trying to win the playoffs. Obviously, Henderson and Rochester are the only 2 teams ahead of them. So I think there's actually a pretty decent chance here that they could go a decent ways in the entirety of the playoffs here. So they're taking on Laval. We'll just advance a couple days, see if they actually do well. Start off by just crushing Laval, but we lose Lettieri, which is not great. But they sweep them, so that's a great start. So I am thinking we are just going to simulate ahead a little bit more, kind of go like week by week here. They shouldn't be playing too much more here, and they do take on Rochester's second round. Start off 1-1. Let's get Lettieri back in the lineup because that's going to help out significantly. But apart from that, the defense in this in the minors is really good too. Like Tursunbayev is shot up, Morozov is shot up, Bush is shot up. Like there's a lot of guys here that are really good. And even like our backup goalie here in Vorobyov is looking really good. So lose, win, lose. Okay, so we get knocked out in 6 by Rochester, but better run than last year, and you're playing against one of the only 2 teams that's ahead of you there as well. So kind of sucks, but Henderson will likely go through and win. All right, so this year the Vegas Golden Knights and the Rochester Americans win the respective championships. So to just take a look here at how the remainder of the playoffs went, Vitaly Moroza played amazing. I'm really impressed with him. As far as the Stanley Cup championships actually go, oh my goodness, Pitkanen's up to an 86. That's good to see. But Boston went right to the finals as the President's Trophy winners and just could not. Or were they the President's Trophy winners? No, sorry, Detroit was the President's Trophy winners. I don't know why I thought Boston, but they beat the President's Trophy winners in Detroit. But yeah, no, really good playoffs there. And then we end up losing to the eventual champions in the second round, so not bad. And Halifax was right there. Like they could have gone all the way this year. All right, guys, so this year for NHL awards, we would see Ovechkin win the Art Ross, Panarin win the Hart, Dougie Hamilton would win back-to-back Norrises, Panarin would win the Lady Byng, Matthew Savoie would just beat out Pitkanen for the Calder. Obviously, Savoie was head and shoulders above Pitkanen, but Eichel would win the Conn Smythe, Sorokin would win the Vezina, Sorokin and Cossa would win the Jennings, Hellison would win the Masterton, Fashad would win the Jack Adams, Ryan O'Reilly would win the Selke, Artemi Panarin would win the Lindsay, and Ovechkin would win the Rocket. So just to go over our team one more time here as far as looking at progress and who's developed really well. Nicholson and Pitkanen have easily been the 2 best players to develop here. Even though we finished like really low, we still got decent player development. Trevor Moore's looking good. Fantilli's looking good. Geekie's looking good. We got these 2 21-year-olds in Nicholson and Pitkanen who just look amazing. Like I'm really excited for those guys. apart from that, not too much other growth here. Bush might make the team, or Bush, however you say his name. In the AHL, Markstrom's looking pretty good. Morozov looks like he could be NHL ready in the next year or so. Edwards grew a decent amount. Same with Rodin, same with Black, same with Piespanen, same with Vorobyov. Tersumbayev's almost there. He's almost NHL ready. And that is pretty much the team. I did want to show you guys one other thing, is that in the AHL, we did actually have an award go to our team, which very rarely happens, but it did this year, based on the fact that we didn't even win a division, which is funny. But Pavel Francouz would win the Baz Memorial Award, or the Aldridge Bastion Memorial Award, as far as the best goaltender in the AHL. So that's exciting, and yeah, good to see from like a 33, 34-year-old player on our team. So just showing you guys the draft. Obviously, it would be fantastic to land a franchise defenseman. That would really help out this team as far as trajectory and setting up a potential leader for the future in this franchise. That would really help. But apart from that top end of the draft, a player I'm still keeping an eye on here is Borowski, as he looks fantastic. Low elite sniper in the second round. I would love to pick him up. Apart from that, there aren't a ton of players that I'm really set on. Like, all of these guys look good as far as they might be elite. They might not be as well, but Delmore and Borowski for sure. Both look really good, and then we'll probably end up drafting most of those guys as well. So it's really just a matter of where we end up in the lottery, if we win or if we don't. But that is going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we'll start off with the draft again, but that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe, and hit notifications to never miss these uploads. And that is it for me. This is Etania signing out, and until next time.